I think when you talk about more business, I think they'll always be open to doing business, depending if the right opportunity was to come along. But we should also look at potential departures at Chelsea, which was the big theme. And I've taken, 3 or 4 minutes into this transfer show to mention those 3 letters, PSR. And I'm not saying Chelsea are in danger of breaching PSR, but every single club will have that just lurking in the background. They want to make sure that they're not scrambling around trying to do deals and really go for it. So I think there could be an opportunity, if the right offers were to come to Chelsea, for a few of their players to be allowed to leave. I think they would listen to offers for the likes of Ben Chilwell, for Carney Chukwuemeka and Cesare Cazorla, and I don't think Enzo Maresca has made a secret of that. He's pretty upfront, is Enzo Maresca. When he's asked the question, if Ben Chilwell's been out of a squad, for example, for a few weeks, has he got a future here? Maybe he hasn't. Maybe we have to listen to offers. So I think, you know, while we speak about MarkGaye, just keep an eye on potential departures at Chelsea as well.
Right, in the last hour we heard that Chelsea want MarkGaye. What can you tell us, Mark?
Yeah, a player that we were speaking about a huge amount over the course of the summer. We know that Newcastle were very interested in MarkGaye, the Crystal Palace defender. I lost track as to how many offers were rejected. I think there was about 4 of them in the end. I think the biggest totaled £65 million. Newcastle couldn't get their man. He stayed at Selhurst Park and has been an important figure for them in what has been a really challenging season. But we have some breaking news that you rightly say has been brought to our attention over the course of the last hour or so. Chelsea are interested in signing MarkGaye. One of the reasons in signing that because of the injury to Wesley Fofana, who's had a torrid time since joining the club at Stamford. He's had a torrid time for Brid. Really has found game time hard to come by because he hasn't been able to get a consistent run. However, Chelsea are looking at their current squad, they're looking at the defensive injuries, and they see MarkGaye as someone that potentially could step into the plate. Just 24 years old, significantly, he only has 18 months left on his current Crystal Palace contract. Yeah. So that might be an interesting point when the two clubs do start to communicate. But the key news is, Chelsea interested in MarkGaye.
Aren't you? A day of frenzied developments and the promise of more deals to surely come. Most of the papers are splashing on the deal that might take Chelsea past £1 billion of spending in a year since Todd Boehly and the Clear Lake capital took charge. Where are we at with this? Because a couple of the papers have different takes, closing in on a deal, and the Times, I think, have gone slightly stronger, David Ornstein. They're saying that that deal is now done. Where are we?
Yeah, that's the Tom Roddy report in the Times. We're also reporting on The Athletic and a number of other publications as well that an agreement has been reached to move to Stamford Bridge 21-year-old star of England's Euros under-21 campaign. The last I heard, he was expected to undergo a medical tomorrow morning. A fee, as I was told, around £40 to £45 million.
We've heard yet.
Technical decision. Technical decision.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on to Kieran McKenna was linked with this job before you got it. You know him from your time in the Championship. How highly do you rate him as a manager?
He's doing fantastic. Since he joined, they are doing top. Even this year, they are doing well. So, congratulations to him for the way he's doing everything since he joined the club. And even this season is doing very well.
Viktor, Osimhen. And then another thing about Naples and Premier League, we are waiting for the official announcement of Dendoncker from Aston Villa to Naples. He's in Italy, he had medicals yesterday. We are already waiting for the signature, and the announcement obviously is done.
Luca, I must just pick you up on what you said about Osimhen there, though. 2 things. First of all, the release clause, €150 million, and the name of the chairman, Aurelio De Laurentiis, who always drives a hard bargain. Given that they've renewed his contract, but given that they've put this release clause in, whoever does come in for Viktor Osimhen, do you feel they will have to go to the release clause to sign him?
I think that the offer should be close to this amount. I don't think that Naples will sell Osimhen for 70, for 80, for 100. No, I think that the offer of a Premier League team or Paris Saint-Germain, the offer should be very, very close to the exit clause. If it's 130 or 140, I think should be okay to let Osimhen go in another place.
I mean, Osimhen to Chelsea, that's a really mouth-watering prospect, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on it there, but I feel like he's been linked to Chelsea forever. He's kind of one of those players that's either going to go there this summer or he's never going to go there and just carry on being linked with them perennially. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely an exciting prospect. I mean, you look at what he's done in Italy for Napoli. He's been a lethal goal scorer, particularly in that title-winning season for them. He's got a great record for his country as well for Nigeria. He just knows where the back of the net is. I have to say, I think Nicholas Jackson's, I know he's a kind of butt of jokes, but I think he actually had quite a decent season. He kind of grew into the Premier League a bit. So, I do wonder whether, whether he's had a bit of a raw deal in terms of the way he's perceived. He's still a young player. But look, if Chelsea can get Osimhen, then, it would obviously be a really canny bit of business for them and immediately improve their squad and solve a couple of major problems. So, yeah, it feels like a no-brainer to me on paper.
The Blues, determined to re-establish themselves among the elite, acted swiftly in the market to secure two of the most exciting attacking talents available, following weeks of detailed negotiations and strategic planning behind the scenes. Fabrizio Romano, a trusted voice in global transfer news, confirmed both deals with his signature, "Here we go" announcement, indicating that contracts have been signed, medical examinations successfully completed, and official presentations scheduled to follow at Stamford Bridge. Mohamed Kudus arrives from West Ham United in a deal valued at approximately £70 million, having delivered a standout season showcasing his technical brilliance, creativity, and tactical intelligence across multiple attacking roles. Viktor Osimhen, regarded as one of the most clinical strikers in world football, completes his long-anticipated move from Napoli in a record-breaking deal for the club, exceeding £100 million. His arrival fills a crucial void in Chelsea's front line, after a season marked by inconsistency in front of goal. Sources close to Stamford Bridge have revealed that Enzo Maresca personally identified both Kudus and Osimhen as key targets, and the club's hierarchy moved swiftly to